Hi everyone, it's Faina. I'm sure a lot of you been waiting for Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. This conversation game is very popular cozy game and it's for a good reason. But is it better than the first episode? Let's find out. In Coffee Talk, you will play as a barista who serves warm drink to your customer. Sometimes the customer will give you clear instruction of the ingredients that they want for their drink. But sometimes they only give you hints, so you need to guess which drink that they want. There are a few base ingredients that you can use such as coffee, matcha, tea and milk, as well as two new ingredients, blue pea and hibiscus. You will be combining the ingredients to create a specific drink that will fulfill their requirements. You can also draw latte arts to make the drink look pretty. But I find it's very difficult to draw latte arts. No matter how many times I try, it still doesn't look right. Luckily, the default design of the drinks are already pretty, so I usually don't bother drawing the latte arts if they didn't request it. One thing to remember is the drink that you give them will affect their feeling and how they will act next. So if you want to get the best outcome, then you need to give them the right drink. But don't worry if you don't, cause there are also alternative endings with good level story. And there's actually achievement that you can unlock if you do mistake or get bad ending. So for completionists or those who want to unlock the best ending, you can use the load feature to repeat the day over and over again until you can find the best drink. Besides serving the drink, there's a new feature where you can give the guest some item. These items are related to their story, so it will also affect the continuation and the ending for each character. I think this feature is pretty interesting since it makes us become more involved in the story. I can really feel the connection between the barista and the customer. It also shows how well the barista knows the customer, as sometimes you need to guess who to give the item to. If you have played the first game, you will see a lot of familiar faces in these episodes like Bailey the Elf, Lua the Succubus, and so on. There are also new characters, Lucas and Renoir, that will add new dynamic to the story. Each character have very unique personality that you can see from the way they talk, their animation gesture, and the way they interact with each other. Don't forget that you can also learn more about the character from Tomadagil, the Facebook-like app in your phone. There's a new feature in Tomadagil, which is stories where you can see photos or moments of the character's daily life. I think this feature is very interesting since we all know that these days social media is very popular, so it makes the game feel more real. Now let's talk about the story that they bring to your cafe. Some of the stories are continuation of the story in the first game, while some are completely new. But don't worry if you haven't played or forgot what happened, as they will update you with what happened to them in the past. So even if you haven't played the first game, you can still play this game. But this also means you will get spoilers of the old stories. So I highly suggest you play the first game to avoid the spoilers. As always, the stories of the characters are varied. Some involve their relationship, some talk about social problems, and some struggle with their inner self. I think the stories are the one that makes Coffee Talk different from any other game in this genre. The stories that they bring can be seen as critique of social issues that we have in real life. They also give us stories about personal problems, which I'm sure some of us have gone through before. So I think no matter who you are, you will find a story that you can relate to. You can learn about all of the story through the conversation that each character have with each other and with you as the barista. One thing that I noticed is, it seems that the barista now express their thought more than the first game. Because in the first game, most of the communication happened between the characters. But now, the barista also voice their thought and even encourage or calm the guys down. The barista also talk to themselves more before closing the cafe, so now we learn more about who the barista really is. Another interesting point in this game is the cozy atmosphere of the cafe. The pixel art and the animal style really makes the game look chill. Meanwhile, the cafe design is still similar to the first game, but now you can see a new additional shelf on the back that will display a few collectibles that you can unlock while playing the game. The lofi music playing in the background and the machinery sound effect makes the game feel relaxing. Now you can even unlock new music through the story. So you have even more reason for replaying the game if you want to collect everything. If you just want to play as barista, you can use the endless or challenge mode to serve drink without worrying about the story. But since I like the story, I don't really use those modes besides to unlock all of the drink and the achievements. Overall, Coffee Talk Episode 2 Hibiscus and Butterfly has simple gameplay that everyone can enjoy. It's also short so you can finish it in 1 or 2 sittings. The story that they bring is complex, but it's presented in a way that makes us relate to the character and the story, so it's not hard to follow. I think this game will suit those who like to read a story that will evoke your feeling and emotion in a cozy and relaxing way. And if you want another cozy game to play, don't forget to check my recent story review video.